we tend to put the downbeat on beat 1 because we're used to that. We're used to hearing beat 1 with a downbeat. They like, and this, so when you flip it around, you've essentially got a rest on the first beat. So what you get is this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and dun, 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 and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, and there's the beat 1. Okay, so now I've gone through that a bit quickly, but you've got the sheet music there, and that rhythm there, the Partido Alto, reverse Partido Alto, is what this whole piece of music is based on. Okay, you've got to be thinking in that. That's the rhythmic structure for everything you're going to do. It's the melody is built around that. The tune is built around that. All the backing figures, the answer phrases, they're all built around that. Okay. So now, of course, we can embellish that with a few extra notes. But what we've got is the essential, what I call the concrete pillars, holding up the building. Those notes are the important notes. That's where the phrase is. So here's the key to it, essentially. And this is what Brazilian musicians and, Cuban musicians have clave, same kind of thing. And they have cascara. And in Brazil, in samba, we have the Partido Alto. And essentially what you need to do is you need to have that rhythm. You need to think in that rhythm. You need to have that rhythmic phrase running through your head, just and really feeling it. And this is the thing. So if you're having to count when you play that, it's not going to work. You got to repeat that so many times that you hear it as one complete thing. It's just a phrase. It's a complete phrase, and you need to have that looping around in your brain the whole time you're playing the music. Okay, so when you're improvising, that is going to affect your phrasing. And the idea is that you start and end your phrases in on that rhythmic sort of pattern. Does that make sense? Yeah. You don't have to explicitly play that, but if you're thinking of it, it means you're gonna land on a lot of those notes. Yeah. Now, not today. I'm saying that's the goal. Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay. Now let's look at here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with playing that on our instruments now. Okay, so if we get our instruments, we're just going to play Partido Alto, because I just want to take this first. We're going to do this as an exercise. Okay, and we're going to the piece of music's in C minor, so we're just going to play a C. I'm in concert, so if you're playing trumpet, tenor, or clarinet, you're going to play a D. Altos are going to play an A, and most other people are going to play a C. So now what we're going to do is we're going to play reverse Partido Alto on one note, just one note, that's all, okay? Because this is where the problem of the instrument comes in, okay? Another little tip is when you're playing these Latin rhythms and you're playing syncopated rhythms, generally speaking, you want to keep them short, keep the notes short. Don't play it too long. It's not ta, 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 ta. It's not going to swing. It's not going to groove. So keep it fairly staccato. Ba-ya, ba, 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 ba-ya. The first note is sometimes a little more accented. Here we go. So I'll count 2. I'll check it down. 1, 2, 3, and I want you just to play it one note, one pitch. Well, let's see if we can get this rhythmic structure together. 2, 1, 2, 1. I'll try. Yeah, that's where the phrase starts and ends. Just try that once more so we can get the start and end of the phrase. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, got that? Now, if we take the A section of this tune, we'll get to the tune in a minute, but I just want to start seeing how we've got to start thinking in terms of the structure. The fundamental harmonic sequence of the A section. We're just going to look at the A section now. It's 16 bars long, and the whole harmony is just chord 1 going to chord 5, then chord 5 going back to chord 1. Okay, so we're going C minor to G7. So what we get is this for 4 bars, and then we get this for 4 bars, and then we get this for 4 bars, and then we get this for 4 bars. I mean, that sounds like, I don't know, Beethoven or something, doesn't it? Get the idea? I've stripped away the embellishments. Now, if we bear that in mind, what I want us to do then is we'll play our Partido Alto. If we play a C on the 1 chord, and then we go down a semitone to a B natural for the 5 chord, we're playing the 3rd. So we're playing the root of the 1 chord. Sorry. See what I'm doing? I'm filling the chord. So leading note, okay? That's the leading note. So what we're going to do is, if we think of our whole A section as 16 bars, we've got to think in 2-bar phrases. Yeah, so the Partido Alto is 2 bars. So we've got 8 Partido Altos make up the whole of the A section. Okay, and if we now try to include the harmonic structure, what we've got is 2 on chord 1, and then 4 on chord 5, and then 2 on chord 1. Yeah. So if I play 2 Partido Altos on the C, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then switch to the, yeah? So I've just done 8 bars there. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right, so let's do it all together. So now we're just going to play with, so what we're trying to do is embed into our ears, okay, the feel and the sound of the harmonic pace of it combined with the rhythmic phrasing. And those are that's your foundation to everything. That's so important. Okay, so that's just as an exercise. Now, if that's a bit straightforward, you could pick another chord tone. But I mean, you know, that's as good as any. So root to the 3rd. Here we go. 1, 2, 2, 2. Sorry, I'll play the pulse in my left hand with the root, and I'll play the Partido Alto with the chords in this hand. So you get the idea. So we're playing the whole A section now. Here we go. 1, 2, 2, 2. That's an A section. We just did it. Got it? Yeah? Do it again. 1, 2, 2, 2. Got it? Yeah? Okay, good. Now, if we look a little bit more at the harmony, we fill in some of the detail. Essentially, what he's doing is he does this. He goes for the chord 1, plays C minor, then we get the minor major 7, and then C minor 7. There's that classic moving down. So you could incorporate that into your Partido Alto. Sorry. Hear that? It's starting to sound like the tune now, right? Yeah? See what I did there? So instead of saying on the C, I moved down to the major 7th to the flat 7th, which fits the harmony. Now what he does here is so rather than playing 8 bars all on just 1 chord, G7, he just does a little shift, semitones, and Horace Silver does that a lot. He does a lot of little just side steps and back again. So that A flat 7 chord in there, it's like a passing chord. Now as a horn player improvising over that, you could just stay on the G and let the harmony move underneath and back again. It'll just create some tension and come back. It's not modulated. It's chromatic harmony, but it's just a passing chord, so it's not an important chord. Or you could go with it and move your line with it. That would sound very effective. Okay, and then he basically does the exact same thing in a mirror repeat opposite. So we've got the whole of the A section now. So if we play Partido Alto, and I'll try and put the chords in, I may screw this up. I'm a drummer, but you've got the backing tracks. So I made all the backing tracks. Okay, so we could do it, but just as an exercise. So we're starting to really get a sense of the structure of the music now. Here we go, rhythmically and harmonically. One. So not too fast. 1, 2, 2, 2. And then he ends back up in that last chord. Get it? Once more. 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, okay, and that's the tune. That's the A section. Okay, right. So